Hey, I'm Coach Jeff Heggie. I have the opportunity to work with athletes of all ages in my Confident Athlete program, and one of the things that I love is I get to work with athletes that are serious about becoming the best that they can be. And one of the things that we always look at is what are the things that they can do to separate themselves from their competition. And they're all willing to do the hard work. They put in the physical work to become as good as they can, but often it's the mental part that gets neglected, and that's often what's going to help separate you from the rest of your competition. And so we always look at the things that they can do to take things to the next level. And I want to share with you 2 ideas that are going to help you to do that for yourself. First of all, whatever you're doing, whether it's games, practices, visualization, goal setting, you've got to be very intentional and do everything with a purpose. You know, I love listening to Deion Sanders. He talked about he had a purpose. He wanted to be the best. So every single time he stepped on the field, he had a purpose why he was stepping on the field. And, you know, as I coach basketball, that's one of the things I always talk about with my players is what's the purpose of this practice? Are we getting better this practice? And so individually, look at yourself, everything you're doing. Are you being intentional, and do you have a purpose with everything you're doing? Are you looking to get better with everything that you're doing? So make sure that you're doing that. The second part is doing hard things. Doing hard things and being willing to do hard things will definitely separate you from the competition because it takes you out of your comfort zone. And there's a few areas I want to look at there. Stepping out of your comfort zone is actually a great thing to do. I have something I call my mindset questions that I have my athletes go through every morning. And one of them is, what are you going to do today to step outside of your comfort zone? Now, the reason for that is every time you step out of your comfort zone, it might not be comfortable at the time. It puts you in an odd situation. It's something you might not want to do. But the next time you're faced with that exact same situation, it's that much easier to do because it's within your comfort zone now. And if you're looking for opportunities every single day to step out of your comfort zone, every day your comfort zone's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And so what does that do with your confidence? Your confidence is growing more and more and more every single day. Now, when you're willing to do hard things, how that separates you from your competition is because you know you can do it. When you do something difficult, when you do something hard, once you've accomplished that thing, it gives you a boost of morale. It helps you to realize that was something that was difficult. That was something I didn't know if I was going to be able to do it. Maybe it was something I didn't want to do. But you know what? I did it. I'll share a story with one of my basketball teams. One day I walk into the gym, just a regular practice. We got everything going. After they got warmed up, I had them do some up and backs. And all throughout practice, I'd stop practice and say, okay, 3 up and backs, 5 up and backs, whatever it was. And at the end of practice, we ended, I think, with it was either 5 or 7 up and backs. And I told them, you know, if you go hard, we're done. And it was great. Every up and back we did that practice, they were all focused. They were focused on getting better, and they were all pushing themselves to their max to get everything completed on time. Now, when I sat them down, they're stretching out after practice, and I sat down and I said, does anyone have any idea how many up and backs we did? They had no idea that I was actually keeping track. And, you know, everyone threw out some numbers. I said, you did 101. And they were astonished because who would have thought we were going to do 101 up and backs in a practice? And I want you to think of that. If you walked into a practice and your coach said, we're going to do 101 up and backs today. One, you'd have people whining, you'd have people not wanting to do it. You'd probably have some saying they had injuries, whatever. But everyone on our team did 101 up and backs, from our fastest player, from our starters, to our bench warmers, to our slowest player. They all did it, and they all gave their best effort in every single one of them. It wasn't something they wanted to do. It's not something they would have wanted to do if I told them that's what we were doing at the first of practice. But it's something they all accomplished. And it's something that they're all still proud of. I see some of those players still, and they talk about that. Remember that time we did 101 up and backs? It's something that they know they did, that other people, there's a lot of other people that not only wouldn't do it, couldn't do it. They did something really hard that they can be proud of. And when you're willing to work hard and do those hard things, you know you deserve something special. When you put in all the practice, when you put all the effort into getting better, and you know you've practiced harder than all your competition. It doesn't guarantee you a win, but it does give you the confidence to know that you've done what it takes to deserve that win. And when you're sitting in the fourth quarter, you know, I love run and gun. I love to press the whole game, and we are in shape. When you're sitting in the fourth quarter and you're looking at your opponent in the eye and they are exhausted, they've got their hands down on their knees, their head hanging, and you still got some fire in you, you've got a lot more confidence than they do right at that moment. That's when you know you've won that game. So I want you to think of that. Practice with intention, practice with purpose, play with intention, play with purpose, visualize with intention, visualize with purpose, set goals with intention, set goals with purpose. And be willing to do hard things. Be willing to do the things that other people aren't willing to do. And you're going to be able to take that, and you're going to be able to have successes that those people that aren't willing to do those hard things are never going to see. Good luck with all you're doing. Love you to check out my Confident Athlete program, jeffheggie.com/confidentathlete. Thanks for being here. Good luck.